Now, the Northeast Regional Minister, Yindana Zakari, has called for the establishment of buffer zones in communities along the White Volta River in the region as an interim measure to mitigate the impact of the annual disaster caused by the spillage from the Bagri Dam and seasonal rains. The minister explains the buffer zones will serve as a neutral area in the communities where farmers and residents alike will not be allowed to farm or build residential houses. Mr. Zakari said it was time to institute concerted commitment and efforts to sustain the fight against disaster in the region. He was speaking at the inauguration of the Regional Disaster Management Committee in Nalerigu, where correspondent Ilyasu Tanko filed this report from.
The National Disaster Management Organization Act 927 establishes disaster management committees at the national, regional and district levels, chaired by the Minister for the Interior, regional ministers and district chief executives respectively. In view of this, the Northeast Regional Coordinating Council with the National Disaster Management Organization and with support from partners sworn into office a 15-member Regional Disaster Management Committee to regulate and coordinate disaster prevention and responses in the region. The committee is made up of a regional minister as the chairperson, the regional NADMO director as the secretary, regional heads of several departments and partners, and DCEs of the affected areas. The regional minister, Yindana Zakari, speaking at the event, provided an update of the tragedy so far recorded in part of the region as a result of continued heavy downpours.
This year, residents of the Northeast region have had a bitter experience. Even before they opened the Bagri Dam, the experiences were just one too many. We lost lives, we lost property, we lost our farms, and even lost wildlife. As at the last count, we lost in total 12 lives. 8 through drowning, 3 by tender strike, and another one, unfortunately, was an incident involving man and the elephants.
Perennial flooding caused by heavy rains and the opening of the Bagri Dam in the last decade have killed over 200 people and millions of properties destroyed in northern Ghana. 11 people have died already this year, even as the Bagri is yet to be spilled. To end the annual disaster, the government of Ghana cut a sword for the construction of the Pualugu multipurpose dam project. But with the project still far from commencing, the regional minister is proposing an interim solution.
And for me, one suggestion I want to make is this. Every year, they are opening Bagri Dam, NADMO, and back on sensitization. This has gone on since Bagri Dam was actually created. This year, the same sensitization is ongoing. The people will move to higher grounds. When the water level recedes, they are back to the same area, meaning the following year you have another challenge. Is it not possible that when we engage with the chiefs, political authorities, religious and political leaders, we create a buffer around these areas so that when they move out, they have no basis to go back there and have their settlements established. Until we do that, we are not going to go anywhere. In any case, if you are asked to move to higher grounds, it is because there's danger. Why do you run back there again? And then the following year, it is these same people who will cry of neglect.
Let's get an update on the flooding situation in Northeast, because we know 11 lives have already been lost so far following days of the flooding in that area. Ilyasu Tanko, our correspondent in that area, joins me via Zoom. Ilyasu, first tell us what the situation looks like currently with regards to the floods in that area.
Well, the situation remains the same, even though today there have not been enough rains in the region. But some part of the region, especially the Mampur-Gumaduri area, still have their communities flooded. The farmlands are also flooded as we speak right now. But the situation remains the same. It's not different from what has happened since the beginning of this week.
That NADMO couldn't reach out to some affected communities before because they were cut off. What has become of reliefs to families trapped in these areas?
Well, the NADMO says they have put measures in place to ensure that they are able to extend public services to that particular area. Yesterday, the NADMO, the organization, service in Wale Wale here to have conversation with them on how to extend medical service to those areas that have been cut off. The DC also have been speaking to us, also asking for assistance because apparently some of the roads to those communities have also been destroyed as well. And so NADMO, as we speak, we understand some of they have been able to reach some of these communities, and the situation is not that serious in those communities, but there are others that they are yet to reach. And so they have not been able to reach those people, and they are praying that the water level will subside or the rain will stop coming so that they will be able to reach these people and provide some assistance to them.
Elias Tanko is our man in the Northeast region. We're still monitoring this. We'll bring you more updates in our subsequent bulletins.